Hello and welcome to Soy Tough Manufacturing Facility located in Tucson, Arizona. The following video demonstrates our earth-friendly etch product for concrete. Here the applicator is putting the final cleaning to our 50-year-old slab that we have here. This is actually part of the process. We want it to be damp. That's part of the directions with our product. Put it on your, dampen your surface and put the etch right into the damp surface that you've created. This is a lot like a acid etch, although we have no acids in ours. We have special chemicals that will react with the lime and the calcium in the concrete, which is pretty cool because it will only react with the calcium and the lime in the concrete. In other words, it doesn't react with the paint, or it won't harm your pets. You can breathe it, and if you'll notice, the applicator's not wearing a mask, although we highly recommend masks, safety glasses, all the normal safety equipment that you would use. Here we simply have a a pump-up sprayer that is got the fluid in it, and as you can see, as he sprays it out, it's reacting instantly with the concrete. You don't need much. You just want a light dusting over the whole surface, and you're only going to leave it on here about 15 or 20 minutes. That's enough to profile into the concrete. If you leave it any longer, if you want to get a deeper etch, you can do this 2 or 3 times, and eventually you'll get to the aggregate. It depends on how deep your aggregate is here. As I mentioned, this is a 50-year-old slab. We're located in Arizona. We have some of the hardest concrete in the country here. That's due to the fact that we have very low humidity and very high heat. And so this slab has been baking literally for 50 years, and it's probably gotten to the end of its life cycle. It's probably not going to get too much harder. We would guesstimate, we didn't actually test this one, but we would guesstimate that this is probably in the 5,000 or 6,000 psi range. Of course, concrete can get much harder, but this particular slab is relatively hard. And as you see, the foaming action is sort of in the back of the shot. It's stopped its initial reaction. It's still reacting with the concrete, but you can see the foaming up front is really, on the newer sections, really taken to the lime and the calcium and reacting quite well. To promote this whole process, as soon as he's done spraying it, we will begin just moving the the etch around on the concrete with a broom. Some people are going to want to use a swing machine on bigger projects. That's okay as well. You just want to agitate it and keep moving it around and keep the slurry moving, because it will produce a slight slurry. And what this is doing is it's thoroughly cleaning the concrete, as well as putting a little slight profile on there. And what that does is that allows for whatever decorative process, whether it be staining or adding a micro topping, or we have an eco canvas that we put on some of our projects, which is a cementitious product, a lot like a thin set, if you will. But here you can see the applicator is doing the agitating. It's nothing more than just moving it around and trying to get every square inch of your project to, burnish it in and kind of swoosh it around and just make sure that you're profiling the entire area. And as you can see, he's spraying a little bit more, and there's less foaming going on. That's due to the fact that the process has already begun, and the reason he put that on there was if it dries out, if it begins to get dry, you can add water, which will dilute it a little bit. We prefer to add a little bit more etch to the project, but you want to keep it damp for the full 15 or 20 minutes. And the reason for that is it just won't react as well if you let it dry out. So he continues to move the product around. Probably just about done here with the whole little section. This is quite a small area. This is about maybe a 10 by 10 little garage area that a local hardware store, we put a little demo on for them, and also, you know, it's just a little display area behind a garage door. But you can see how clean he's getting this concrete. It's a super great cleaning agent, as well as an etch. Now when he's done, the product will feel like sandpaper, maybe not so coarse, but maybe 60 grit sandpaper, which is, you know, all you need to get your project prepped. Now here you can see he's done with the etching, and so he's using a squeegee, and you can see how dirty and it's gray, and what that is that, you know, we've literally peeled away the top layer of concrete, and that's exactly what you want to do. What he'll do is he'll squeegee this into a pile, and then we'll just vacuum it up with a wet dry vac. You know, let your project dry out. Typically we like to wait till the next day to let it thoroughly dry, but this is the best method to prep your concrete. If you're not going to use machinery, diamond blades and bits and, you know, big etching machines or grinding machines, I'm sorry, this is by far the easiest. What we like about this product, we've worked on this for a long time, and what we like is we've got it to the point where it's super easy to clean out of the concrete, and that's very important.